Hai să fac eu așa un pic introducerea, să vă explic de fapt ce se întâmplă astă seară. Salutare tuturor din nou, celor care o să ne urmărească, și pentru astă seară v-am pregătit așa ca o surpriză. Avem un invitat mai special, pentru că nu este de la noi, iar pentru asta am nevoie de ajutor. Observați că am lângă mine pe cineva care o să mă ajute astă seară, pentru că am nevoie de fapt de cineva mai deștept ca mine. Va fi nevoie pentru invitatul de astă seară, va fi nevoie să vorbim în limba engleză. Iar eu nu stau atât de bine, înțeleg, dar nu mă exprim foarte bine și așa pentru asta o am pe Elena lângă mine, Elena Florescu, care e și ea competitoare. Așa, și are puține emoții și o să mă bată probabil după aia că am obligat-o. Așa că țineți aproape să vedem cum se pregătește un american, mai exact. Este câștigătorul unei competiții care aparține de o altă federație, INBA, pentru cine a auzit sau pentru cine nu a auzit. De fapt, este o federație care este a fi natural sau sunt sportivii doar naturali. Și vine tocmai din America. Hai să vedem despre cine e vorba. O să-i fac tranziția acum.
Și o să fac și eu o scurtă prezentare.
Și o să facă și Elena o scurtă prezentare. O să o las pe ea.
Important, o să vorbim în engleză, sper să înțelegeți. Puteți să puneți întrebări și noi o să îi le traducem și apoi o să vi le traducem după ce ne dă răspunsuri. Așa, hai că mă aici. Deci spuneam că, sau spunea Horațiu că este vorba despre un sportiv din America, din USA, care concurează în Federația INBA, International Natural Bodybuilding Federation. Asta înseamnă că ei nu folosesc substanțe, sunt teste care se fac în acest sens și ceea ce veți afla este că la ei e mult mai cunoscut decât la noi. La noi a devenit cunoscut datorită Larei Maria Popa, care este craioveancă de-a noastră și româncă. Ea este prima, cred că, din România care a concurat la INBA și a ajuns Miss Universe și foarte departe. Astfel a luat legătura și cu Johnathan în America, la competițiile de acolo, și ne-a făcut și nouă legătura cu el. Așa, și astăzi îl avem ca invitat. Hai să vedem. Se vede, da? Hi, Johnathan. Really nice to have you here.
Salute.
Salute, right. You learned this from Lara. It's a great start.
Yes.
Yeah. So today
you're trying to teach me a few more words.
Good words, I guess.
That's the only one.
First, you learn the cussing, so it's a good thing they learned you to say hi. they taught you. So I was saying that today you're our guest. Este vorba de Johnathan Goins. You're from the United States. Can you tell me? I've noticed that you're now in Texas, right? So tell me more about you. So I told them that you're a multiple winner. You won like 7 or 8 medals just in 2019. So if you want, you can tell us your titles.
Okay. So, hi everyone. I'm Johnathan Goins. I compete in the INBA, TNBA. I competed last year. It was my first year competing with the INBA. I competed in 6 shows and turned out all very well. I basically placed no lower than second in every show in every category. So I either won or got second in everything. So the first show that I competed in was the Boost Classic. I ended up taking first in men's physique novice, and then I also placed in other shows. So let's see, the Las Vegas Natural show, I placed first in men's physique open and junior masters, and then Team USA, I placed first in junior masters. at the Natural Universe. I also won Miss Physique Open and Junior Masters. And then the big events of the year, the Natural Olympia, I placed second in Miss Physique Open and I won Junior Masters. So
you
that
have
was a lot of shows last year, but I had a great time doing it. It was a lot of fun.
first year competing, 7 first place, just 1 second place, so that's great, right? It was the first year competing.
First year competing with this Natural Federation. So I actually started competing in 2016 with the NPC, but I only did one show a year, and because it was a natural or a not tested federation, I wanted to switch to a natural federation.
I know they collaborate together in the beginning, and then INBA created, so they're now spread worldwide. But America takes it really serious, yeah, because a lot of competition are placed there. I have to congratulate you for all these winnings. I have to ask, why did you choose this federation? As the name says, it's natural bodybuilding, and I wonder, weren't you like tempted to try substances maybe sometimes, or in America where a lot of people use them, yeah? Why did you want it to remain natural and healthy and prove that you can do this in a natural and healthy way?
So good question. I chose the INBA TNBA because for really two reasons. I saw a video of the Natural Olympia on YouTube, and it just looked like a really fun event with international competitors. It really looked like the Olympics of bodybuilding. So it looked like something that I definitely wanted to be a part of. And the other reason why I chose the INBA is because I knew I was going to be competing in this physique, and when I started looking at natural federations, which were very many, there was like 6 or 7 that I researched, and the with INBA, men's physique does a lot of the poses that the bodybuilders do, but in all the other federations, men's physique only does quarter pose, like front,
Yeah.
back, sides. But I work out, to show off everything. So I didn't want to just join those other federations and only just show little pieces of my physique. So I definitely wanted to be with the INBA for that. Have I ever been tempted to use steroids? I'd say I did. I thought about it, but very quickly did I stop thinking about it because everybody wants to be bigger, have more muscles and everything. But to me, I always wanted to show people that, hey, you can have, a very nice, aesthetically pleasing physique that you can build naturally, and you don't have to use steroids. Like some younger guys want to just use steroids because maybe they think that's the only way. But you can definitely just build a very nice physique that can actually do well and be competitive against other people just by training naturally and training hard and training hard.
And you're most satisfied after because you know what you achieved is like a result of many years of hard work. I wanted to ask you regarding this. Have you ever practiced any sports before sticking to bodybuilding and to competing? Because you do have a great physique, and it shows. You didn't just woke up one day and say, "I'm gonna compete." Yeah. So, did you practice any sports before?
Yeah, I've been in sports pretty much all my life. I've played football, basketball, gymnastics, inline speed skating. I was on the track in college. So yeah, I've played a lot of sports before, and as you said, like you don't just wake up and have this great physique. I actually started lifting weights in the summer of 2004. So that's a a long time ago, and I was very skinny. I had no muscle. I was just I was a very small guy when I started lifting weights. And I'd say the majority of my lifting career, I wasn't really lifting optimally, but I was doing something. And so that helped me, build a solid foundation. So once I understood and learned how to, properly lift and, be a, quote unquote bodybuilder, then my physique really got a lot better. And now it's good enough to win against some of the top people in the world.
Did you have a trainer when you decided to lift weight, or were you just like watching other guys doing it, watching on the internet, testing it on yourself? And if you had a trainer or multiple trainers, did you stick to that trainer, or did you like ask a lot of people for advice?
So when I first started lifting in 2004, it was just me, no trainers, and so I basically was on my own all the way up until the summer of 2016, which was when I decided to do my first show competing in the NPC. Yeah, and so I hired a coach at that time, and it was definitely well worth it, because that's when I really learned about nutrition and macros and really how to train and proper form. And I think that is really when my physique really took like the next jump, and that really helped a lot. So I was only with the coach for about 3 months or so, and then I figured, okay, I learned it pretty much, and now I'm good to go. And so I haven't had a coach since then, but I really enjoyed the time that I did have one. It was very helpful.
He added the final touches to your work, I think. We do have a first question. If you would like to answer, people are asking about Eddie Ungurano, I guess. Do you know him?
Say the name again?
Eddie Ung.
Eddie?
Eddie Ung, I guess. Maybe they could be more explicit, and I will ask you again, because they're saying he first was natural and now he's not anymore.
Oh. The name doesn't sound familiar,
Neither
but I do
to
know
me.
there are.
Yeah. Maybe
I know
they
there's
could,
some people that always start natural and then they
make the transition.
Start doing other things. Yeah.
They're falling to temptation.
Yeah.
Basically, it's their choice, because they probably want to see where the body goes and test their limits. But whoever chooses this also chooses the repercussion.
That's right.
Okay, so you said that you needed a trainer for helping you with counting macros and everything. Counting macros and everything. Before that, you didn't do like to listen to your body, but now do you have a strict diet, a strict schedule, like counting your meals, counting your proteins and carbs and everything?
I would say I'm very strict on weighing everything. So I definitely weigh and track all the food that I eat, even like seasonings and everything, if that has calories. But I'm not necessarily super strict with the exact number. Like if my protein goal is 190, I'm okay if I hit 185 or 195. Like I'll give myself a range, but as far as being super strict, I'm okay with that.
This is good for your mental health, because you can go crazy with that, like counting every single gram. You also have to have a life.
I would say I'm very strict on the times that I eat, because my body is like a baby that needs a bottle. Like at very specific times in the day, I have to eat, and then if I don't, I get cranky. So that's more so what I'm kind of strict on. It's just timing. As long as I'm good and I eat at those, breakfast, lunch, or whatever, so I'm good to go.
Strict hours, yeah. So coming back to the people's question, they're saying Eddie Young. If you know him, he was a champion in INBA, competed in Australia, was Mr. Olympia, and they're saying he was looking great, and after he made the transition to steroid, he's looking even worse. So, they were saying if you know him, but like America has a lot of competitions. Although INBA it's a great federation and a huge federation, it has a lot of competition. Like you went in Las Vegas, you went in different areas, you went in Australia, so maybe that's why you don't know him. Okay, here Horatio placed a picture on the screen, and
a good picture.
A picture of him, if you know him. Only if you have another device that you can watch us on YouTube. Maybe you will see after. So, coming back to what you were saying about calculating everything, do you have some days where you just wake up at 2 in the evening and just eat junk food and not train, or you're strict?
I would say I don't really have days where I just sleep in all day and just eat whatever. I will say the only thing that's somewhat similar to that is around Christmas time. I go to my parents' house.
They stuff you with food.
Lots of food all day.
Parents, grandma, they all do that. They don't understand. You're like, eat something.
Yes. And the funny thing is, my mom will bake, 2 cakes and 2 pies.
One is yours.
And they're just too tempting not to have fun. Yes. Oh, I basically eat cake after every meal. So
there's a separate
I definitely
stomach
enjoy
for
that
that.
time, but and it all fits. Yeah.
I know, because a separate stomach. Cake doesn't count. Then it has 0 calories, in my opinion. So, I think regarding training, do you have a bulking period and a cutting period before competition, like during the whole year? How many months do you bulk? How many months before competition you cut?
So last year I did have a bulking and cutting. So I bulked for about 7 months and I cut for about 4 months. This year I decided not to do that because I wanted to compete in about 6 to 8 shows, and I was thinking maybe my first show would be in May. Then the coronavirus started happening, and I wasn't sure. It didn't really get to be super serious here until maybe like February, so I didn't know shows and stuff would be canceled, and so now shows are being canceled and pushed back and all that. And had I known that, I probably would have just started bulking right after the Natural Olympia in December with extra cake. But so this year I haven't bulked up, but whenever I guess shows pick back up, which hopefully is like late summer, August maybe, I'll be pretty close to stage ready, and I'll start get ready in a month or so to do those.
I think this year is compromised for all athletes. I guess also in our country everything is cancelled. Maybe Europeans, but as things are starting to look, I don't think they're also gonna be held. Also, Lara had a contest this year in America, and she canceled it because in Italy she's not even, now she is, but until now she wasn't allowed to get out of the house. So yeah, it's probably better for us to bulk, but how can you, because all the gyms are closed? Yeah,
I know.
So okay, do you have a bulking and cutting period? How do you train in the bulking period? Do you train with heavy weights, small breaks, or which type of exercises you make?
I don't change. I know some people change what they do when they're cutting. They take smaller breaks and higher reps or something. I honestly, I don't change anything between bulking and cutting with how I train. I still, lift heavy. The only thing that changes is when I'm bulking. After I'm done lifting weights, I'm not doing any cardio. So I basically get out of the gym.
The best
sooner. Yes. Oh my gosh, I love it. It's such a great feeling, especially the first day that you bulk and you don't have to do any cardio, and you walk by all the treadmills and the stairmasters and all that, and you just
see you in 7 months.
Yes.
I won't be seeing you. Okay, so do you train heavy weights, right? Because I personally think when you choose to be natural, your training is different from when you choose not to be, because you push your limit, you get motivated, you just want to show what you can do being natural and just with food and training, so you push a lot of high weight, differently from people who maybe use something and just need a pump. How do you train during week? How many days? How many reps? How many sets? If you can tell us, or it's a secret.
No, it's not a secret. So I train 5 days a week. I try to do an upper day and then a lower day and then a break and then push pull legs and then another break. So I try to train. I lift heavy, but I try to lift heavy with good form, because I see a lot of people at the gym that I go to, and they try to lift heavy, and they're just
form.
moving the weight. That's right.
From point A to point B.
Yeah, so it's like if you're doing curls, you shouldn't look like you're dancing. You're doing curls.
Also,
do a curl.
Also, being able to seriously injure yourself.
Right. So I feel like it's important to lift heavy, but also lift according to what muscles you're actually trying to work.
Really concentrate on the movement. Yeah, see what you can get from it, but know your limits. Yeah, don't push harder than you wish you would raise the weight, but no, just make the correct form.
Right.
Did you have this kind of training since 2004, or did you find it on the way until 2016 and 2019?
That's a good question. No, I actually started training like this in 2016. In 2004, I was doing something completely different, which was probably, not probably, I know it was a lot worse. What I was doing was more of what we call a bro split.
Mm-hmm.
So I would work one body part one time a week, and that was it. I would have every Monday would just be arms day. So I just did 5 different exercises of bicep curls.
This is the kind of training I'm doing, and I like. Yeah, no problem.
So for me, I mean, it felt great, but for me, it didn't help me develop everything else that I needed to. So I think it helped because it helped me build good muscle.
That's what I wanted to say. It wasn't in vain because it helped you build something. And
I definitely think it helped for sure. Yeah, it did help. I just don't think it was optimal for the way that I needed to develop my physique, because I needed specific time to hit my legs. Like back then, I was doing legs once a week, and the thing that I was doing was I was as soon as I got to the gym, I would get on the treadmill and run 1 mile as fast as I could.
And get tired.
So so I would be tired, and then I would go do squats.
Mm-hmm.
So that's not optimal for building, big muscular legs, because I was tired. So I did that for years.
Yeah,
so
but
now,
we learn from our mistakes, and now you know better. Yeah. Personally, I tried working other small groups with the bigger groups, but when I got to the second small group, I was tired instead of doing them like the bro split one day at a time. And I think this works for me. So yeah, I'm kind of strict and conservatory and I stick to that. I tried, but I think it's important for us to find whatever works for us. Yeah. So this is a great thing that you have all this experience also from 2004 until 2019. It's a long period when you can experience and then just decide this is best for me or this is best for me, and maybe why not next year will be something else. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, absolutely.
Okay. First, we have some questions before taking to the next subject. Okay. I cred că înțeleg oamenii, dar o să fac și un rezumat. Sorry, now I'm translating. I'm making like a summary. And then I will ask you some questions. There are live questions. În principiu, a spus că se antrenează din 2004, dar la început nu știa foarte bine ce face, mai mult a experimentat, are un trecut sportiv și a făcut mai multe sporturi înainte. Din 2004 făcea antrenamentul de bro split, pe care și noi îl facem, sau majoritatea îl fac la început, o grupă pe zi, însă acum, din 2016, de când și-a luat un antrenor, a început un alt tip de antrenament, printre care și push-pull legs. Îi se pare că îi merge mult mai bine cu antrenamentul ăsta și totodată de când și-a luat antrenor din anul 2016 până în 2019, urmărește foarte bine și dieta. Calculează macronutrienții, proteină și așa mai departe. Are un program strict și nu se abate de la el decât în ziua de Crăciun, când se duce la părinți și e normal să stea la masă cu ei și să mănânce de toate. Now, coming back to you and to the questions. First question. Hey, Lara is saying hi. Okay, so people are saying, yeah, we do understand English.
Oh, good.
Okay, it's a great thing. So we won't lose any more time. First of all, what do you think about the vegan diet? Because it's a frenzy now with the Game Changers movie. A lot of people are trying it. Were you tempted to try it, and what do you think about it?
I have tried it, and I think it's okay to experiment with things like that. So, like vegan, keto, and some people in intermittent fasting. You know, some of those things you try and you find, wow, this really works for me. And if it helps you and you can keep doing it, I say, keep doing it. Especially if it helps, your physique and your mental well-being. For me, when I tried it, I found it to be horrible. So, I grew up on eating a lot of meat. I definitely don't eat as much meat now than I did, 10 years ago or 20 years ago. But I would say I think it's to get the amount of protein that my body likes to get. I feel like I need to eat meat. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I could personally deal without the taste. Like a lot of people have issues. Oh, I like the taste.
No, you do have alternatives to vegan meals, mushrooms, everything. If you make it spicy or you get a little bit creative, you can do a lot of stuff. Yeah, but you just miss the steaks, right?
Yeah, it's hard if you don't get them. And for me, I tried it. I feel like maybe it's something I could try again later. I guess if my taste buds change or something. But
or your state of mind. Yeah, maybe you get tired from all this meat. Because I was scrolling down your Facebook page and I saw you were eating the constant chicken breast and egg whites. Yeah. You do get tired of this after 1 year eating them and a lot of quantity, and maybe you just want to take a break from all that, yeah? But you tried it, Yeah. So it wasn't working for you. How about intermittent fasting? Did you try it, or keto diet? Because you were mentioning them.
I did try intermittent fasting, and again, I found that to be torture. Because I usually wake up pretty hungry, and if you tell me now wake up and you can't eat until lunchtime, the only thing I'm thinking about the entire time is food.
Not
And
training.
so I'm looking
not
at my watch.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm just thinking food. What do I eat? And so for me, that's not a good way to be. Trying to lose weight and gain muscle. So for me, I tried it. It definitely didn't work, and I feel like it's not the only way to lose fat. So if it works for you, definitely try it and try to keep it in if it's not hard for you. But for me, I found it to be too difficult, so I couldn't do it.
People maybe they're oriented to that and they feel nice, but I was trying like 1 hour cardio in the morning on empty stomach and it was burning. Yeah, and the only thing I got, like, only for 1 hour running and then eating, but the only thing
Right.
I got was an ulcer or something. So I don't want to imagine 14, 15, 17 hours without eating.
Yeah. Torture.
So you said that you are it works for Lara. She's saying that it works for her, and now she's launched this challenge amongst athletes in our town and in our country, like 1 meal per day, and she's tormenting them with this.
She's a different person. I told her I think she's from another planet or something because the stuff that she can do. I mean, it's tough. Like she did like a 75-hour fast or something.
I know.
I don't even know how I would do that.
It's meant to be for her. Bodybuilding is meant to be for her. She's not. She's not struggling like us. You talked about what? You talked about keeping the high weights all season long, all season training, also in bulking, also in cutting. But how about the food? Because I think when you start cutting from the food, from the good parts of it. So how do you eat during bulking? How many times per day? What do you prefer? What do you eat? Do you take supplements? Like, if you can tell me about your diet, and then during cutting period.
So when I'm bulking, so kind of like with the training between cutting and bulking, where I don't necessarily change anything with like the reps or the sets, I still lift heavy. With the meals, I pretty much don't change much. I just eat less when I'm cutting. So if I'm eating rice and chicken breast and broccoli when I'm bulking, I just eat a very large amount of it. And then when I'm cutting, I just cut down the amount of rice and broccoli and eggs or whatever that I'm eating. But I would say when I'm bulking, I will throw in more treats. So if I'm craving like cake or pancakes or cookies or something like that, then I'll indulge a little bit and eat more of those than I probably should.
Strict on a clean bulking like a lot of athletes do.
I mean, I would say I'm semi-strict. I won't completely cut out like cake or cookies or something like that while I'm bulking, but that's only because when I start cutting, it's gone, and I don't want to have the craving because when I'm cutting, I don't have the craving to eat cookies and everything because I already had them before.
Doesn't work like that for me. If I had them before, I would miss them for sure. Okay. So I do have another question from a follower. He's been doing gym for a year and a half. In the first year, he grew like 4 inches in the arm, like in the biceps, and then in the next 6 months, he stayed the same. Any advices so he can grow from now on? Because from 6 months ago, his arms just won't grow anymore. If you have any advices, because it's really important the fact that you're a natural bodybuilder, because a lot of followers are also like teenagers that follow Horatio, and they always ask, yeah, before using something, they just really have to work. But he hit this plateau, and if you can advise him somehow.
So there's actually a couple of different things that you can try. One of those things would be try changing up the frequency at which you hit your arms. So let's say you work your arms twice a week. Try doing them 3 times a week. So you're giving your body those different signals to grow a little bit more. Your body may have gotten accustomed or very much used to the training volume. So you may need to increase that training volume by doing it more oftentimes, throughout the week. And then another thing that you can do that a lot of people don't prioritize, but that's really important, is try to get good rest. So if you can try to, yeah. So it's like if you can, there's times where you're busy and you have times where you don't sleep much, and that's okay. But if you really want your body to grow, you have to make sure that you're getting enough sleep.
And also
yeah, definitely make sure those calories are in there.
Thank you for your answer. I'm gonna translate it quickly. Ovi, da? Ovi, răspunsul la întrebarea ta din partea lui Johnathan este că dacă după 6 luni nu mai crești, este timpul, poate, în opinia lui, să schimbi ceva. De exemplu, dacă le antrenezi brațele o singură dată pe săptămână, să încerci să le antrenezi de 2 ori, de ce nu, sau chiar și de 3 ori, să schimbi intensitatea, adică ideea este să umbli la antrenament într-un fel, pentru că odată ce ai atins platoul acesta, corpul tău e posibil să se obișnuiască cu antrenamentul. Și atunci, de asta e bine să schimbăm tot timpul antrenamentele. Vezi că ceva nu mai merge, încerci altceva. De asemenea, un alt factor foarte important pe care l-am menționat este odihna și aș adăuga și eu și a confirmat și el, mâncarea, da? Trebuie să, în opinia mea, trebuie să te gândești, chiar fac totul corect sau e ceva ce pot să schimb? Odihnă, mâncare și antrenament. Okay, so back to you. Now Horatio uploaded a picture of you and Lara. Did you met like only once or more times?
So we actually, I sent her a message like once I saw that she was competing. So before I actually met her in person, so we connected on Instagram, and then I saw I saw her for the first time at the the Natural Universe show, and then the following weekend was the Natural Olympia in Las Vegas. So I guess we kind of hung out both times. Yeah, but she's just the nicest person I've ever
I
met.
know. Yeah, she introduced you to us, so we thank her for this and we wrote some kisses. You both look great in that picture, like sculpted. And it's a great thing. You can be proud of the fact that it's only hard work, right?
Right. That's right.
So I like this thing that you support each other, and the fact that you talk after all this time. She's saying the same.
Yeah, we have. I mean, we share. We share a common interest, and I think she's. There are certain people that have just a genuine spirit about themselves, and she's definitely.
She's always laughing. She's always. She may not be on substances, but she looks like she's on the other substances all the time.
I told her I'm going to steal some of her energy because I need that when I'm cutting and I'm low.
Every hour, every time Horatio talks with her, she's really loud and laughing and yelling, and she's just, if you think about it, great to have around during a practice because she would probably motivate you, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So coming back to the cutting and the bulking food, so you said you have some cravings and you satisfy them. Once you get into shredding period and area, you don't have them. But you also introduce cardio, or you just do it every day, every month, or only, you said that only in that period, right? But how many
Right.
times per day do you think it's really, really important, or is just like to complete the training? Or is it, is
For
it
me,
more important the cardio or the food?
so good question. I think for me, I think you have to know your body and know which one works better. And then you can also experiment with it too. Because for me, I would rather eat more and then do more cardio as opposed
Really?
to eating less. Oh yeah, I would rather eat a lot more and just do more cardio as opposed to eating less and then doing less cardio because I don't like being hungry. So
And cranky.
if, yeah, and I would definitely be cranky if I eat for 2 seconds and then I'm done. So I would rather just eat more and do more cardio. But for me, I like even up to the Natural Olympia where I was, very sculpted and shredded and very low body fat. I didn't do cardio every day. I would do cardio basically when I needed to, which was probably 5 to 6 days a week. But I would always have at least one day where I wasn't doing any cardio, and then that would be sort of like a gift to myself, or whatever, just something to look forward to, because it's hard when you've done an hour worth of weight training and then you have to go do 30 minutes to an hour of cardio every day. So if there's that one day where you don't have to do that, it just feels amazing. Also, what I would try to do is, instead of if I was doing cardio 6 days a week, I would try to do some weeks where I would only do cardio 5 days a week, but I would do just
More.
a longer amount of cardio.
Yeah.
So that I would
one
make
day.
up the time, but then I would have 2 extra days, and so.
I have to tell you that Lara is filling some information out, which I wanted to ask you about. Like, do you have hobbies or something? Because I know, as I was saying, I scrolled your internet page, your Facebook page, but Lara spilled it out in the comments that you do practice salsa and bachata. So, is that the extra cardio you're talking about?
The funny thing about I've been dancing as a hobby, I guess, for almost 10 years, and so I learned Latin dancing, so salsa and bachata, and would travel to all these festivals around the United States and just be dancing for hours.
I think it helps a lot.
But it's a lot of cardio because you can dance. I mean, a lot of times we dance for 4 or 5 hours straight and sweating more
and your
than
feet are hitting.
Yeah, and so you get a ton of steps and you're really enjoying it. So I mean, to me, I think it's like the best form of cardio that anybody can do. I don't really count that as one of my cardio sessions.
It's extra.
I mean, because I only will go dancing maybe 1 or 2 nights a week, so that's not enough to just only do that. But I would, so usually, which would be on like a Saturday, I would usually not do cardio that Saturday if I knew I was going to go dancing. So I guess that sort of helps. But yeah, it's a lot of fun.
I think it's not just cardio. I think it really helps your muscles. Yeah, different type of exercises, like an aerobic one. Yeah,
right.
You find other muscles you did not know about their existence in the gym.
It's especially with some of the moves with bachata, because as a lifter you can get pretty stiff.
Yeah.
And so when you're bachata dancing, you have to be able to move your shoulders, move your hips, and body roll. Yeah. And so when you're doing all those things, I mean, not only is it fun, but it kind of makes you loosen up a bit. So, yeah, it helps.
Great. I congratulate you on that. It also helps to bring your spirit up. Yeah. Because maybe while cutting you forget about diet and other restrictions, and you just focus on dancing and having fun and feeling the music. Um, I want. We talked about being cranky and having cravings. I wanted to ask you, like, maybe a more personal question. Um, we all know you're a winner, right? But so you won a lot of medals, a lot of competitions. You also win in life after that, yeah, for what maybe your future brings. But have you ever lost something like, I don't know, the support of a girlfriend who didn't understand, or time or money for doing something else you wanted, or just the family not understanding you and not supporting you?
That's a really good question. I'll use an example that I had when I was in high school. I went to a very academically competitive high school, and to basically have extra like medals and decorations on our graduation outfits, you had to have you had to have a lot, a very very high grade. And so I tried because I wanted to, have a nice little, graduation grade. And I tried to get my grades like super high, and I just missed the cut. And so my robe was just absolutely plain, just nothing on it. And so the person that I sat next to, I knew this person because I was in classes with them, and they didn't try at all. But we had the exact same robe, and so that irked me.
It wasn't a comparison, right?
Yeah. So I told on the first day of college, I told my parents that I said, "You will never come to another graduation where
without seeing
you see me with nothing." I said, "I am going to graduate number one out of the whole school, and I'm going to sit on stage." So 5 years later, I graduated number one, and I had all the stuff in the hat and just everything, the scepter. It was really cool, but that motivation from not doing, I guess, so well in high school is really what kind of like I was super cool.
Helped you push through. It's a good thing you have your parents' support, as I understand. It's a great thing. America, high schools and colleges do this for you because it helps you after in life. I always like watch movies about this, and you also do a lot of sports. You also have teams. It's a different thing here. If you want to do sports here, you just have your parents have to take you, pay money, or like we don't get that kind of support. But even in a musical high school, like a band, homecoming and everything, they have to do all these physical exercises and everything, and also the mentality prepares you for life. So, uh, congratulations for that. And also, I wanted to ask you, because we were talking about motivation, that period motivated you. Do you have like songs that inspire you, music that inspires you, maybe some movies? Do you have a role model? What helps you to get through trainings, through diet, through life?
So I would say I don't necessarily have one specific thing. Um, I will go to certain different things whenever I kind of need the motivation. I would say like one of the things I will do is I will look at old competition videos. So at the shows that I competed at last year, I ordered videos of each show, and even the Natural Olympia, which was on YouTube. Like I watched that show too, and so watching those and seeing how I'm doing and seeing how everybody else is doing, and everyone you can tell has worked so hard to get there. That's really motivating, and so then that was like, okay,
So you're the only one. You're the only competition. Yeah, just the mirror, right?
Yeah, I feel like if I bring my best, then I've done a job, well done. And then how I place is just up to the judges. I don't have any control over that. But I
But you did your
hope to
best.
always place good. Yeah.
You go like satisfied that I did my best, and now it's just like something like subjective. Their opinion is subjective, and
Right.
you just go with the flow. Yeah, but sometimes it's hard. After all that hard work, like it's not only 1 year or a few months; it's years back, and also all these wishes and dreams. But the most important thing is for us to overcome that, learn from our mistakes, try to be the best. Yeah. So maybe the last question, because the time flew so fast. I really enjoyed this with you. Maybe now Horatio will not escape from me. I will like maybe we can talk daily. I wanted to ask you because last year 2019 was so prolific. You won a lot of medals. You went to a lot of competition. It was great. But this year, I'm sure you had plans. I'm sure you were preparing. You were planning to go to which competition, and I would like you to tell me. And how do you cope with this situation because everything is canceled? And also after this part, when you tell me the training and eating and resting during this crisis, I'll also want to have an insight of what you do, work, and spend your time during this virus crisis.
Good. Okay, so the plan was to do about 6 to 8 shows this year, and I was hoping to start in May and then probably finish at the Natural Olympia in November. The May show has definitely been canceled. Everything through, I guess, May has been canceled. For here, they haven't canceled all of the shows, so I think they're still just basically trying to take it one day at a time, and then if they need to postpone shows or change venues, they'll just try. But
it's hard because people prepare, and then 1 month before it's like it's not happening.
That's absolutely. So for me, I'm trying to stay somewhat close to being ready, so that if they say, "Hey, in 3 months for sure, we're gonna have this," or in 2 months,
the final
I can
touches.
say, "Okay, I can be ready," as opposed to being full on in a bulk and fat, no abs.
And then wait a minute,
ready. That wouldn't go well. So I haven't been going crazy eating a lot of different things. I haven't been cutting like super hard,
maintaining,
because I don't want to do that. Yeah. So I've been doing well. I've still been working out. I still work out, about 5 days a week or so. I don't have any weight. So the gyms are closed. I have no weight. The only thing I have is a weight vest, and I have ankle weights. And I have some bands. Yeah. So that's
on the mattress on the living room floor. We just have to adapt.
That's where I'm at. Yeah. And so I feel like definitely maybe my physique won't look as good as it did last year, but
the
I
best
feel like I can still bring a pretty good, a very competitive physique. Everybody's having to deal with this problem.
Let's look at the bright side. I think, not only you,
but I think, and I think the really good thing is, hopefully next year when things get back to normal and the gym opens up, and I'm able to train and then step on stage, like that transformation picture between this year and next year will look like, wow, like, big improvement. So that's the way I would kind of look at it as, this is just a step. Maybe it's, one step back, but maybe not
stopping at all.
Yeah. And then, so keep moving forward.
And I wanted to ask you, which is the situation there? Is the government like letting you go out from your house? I know the gyms are closed everywhere, but do you like run or walk or work? Do you work from home?
Yeah, so thankfully I'm working from home, and I feel like the office that I work at will probably be closed for another 2 or 3 months. So I've gotten comfortable working from home. They do allow us to go out so we can walk around or go to the park or go to the grocery store. They're starting to open even restaurants back up at like 25% capacity. Yeah. So, I mean, there's things that are kind of slowly starting to open up, which is good because I think you're starting to see, more people out. More people, I guess, when we go to the grocery store, we have our mask on, which I mean, I guess that's good because you don't want to, if you're sick, you don't want to infect anyone. But I always liked the fact that when you see people and you connect eyes, you can smile. And I think you can tell a lot about a person.
You smile with your eyes.
In their smile. And you can't, yeah. Well, that's what I have to do now. With the mask. So I'll have to practice that with myself.
So I think if your office won't open in 2 months, definitely the gym's not. So we just have to adapt and also have to adapt and adjust to this way of living. I think we will have to learn to live with this virus and be more careful and be more clean. Why not? And to respect more the others.
Right.
One thing I wanted to ask you, because all the gyms are closed, we all know how it's here, but how are the gyms in USA? Like, what you can tell me about them? Are people really eager to work out? Are they just doing like, do you see big guys? Do you see girls who do it? It is a lifestyle?
It's funny. I mean, we have, I guess, the full spectrum of people that go to the gym. So some people will go to the gym and they're super hardcore. They have their headphones on. They don't look at anyone, and they're just very focused, and they're grunting and throwing things and yelling. And then there's a group of people that go, like some of the girls will have a full face of makeup and go and don't lift any weights, and they
just take pictures.
So it's a very pretty much videos and selfies.
And you also have the fail.
But I think we
see
most of the people that go to right. I think most of the people that go to the gym, at least the gym that I go to, they just want to be a little bit more healthy. They don't look like they want to step on stage or anything like that. They just want to be, a little bit more fit, a little bit more healthy. And I think that's great. So
that's great, but it's also great.
We can encourage
it's also great for you because not everyone is doing it. Yeah, that's what makes you special. That's what makes Lara special, because it is hard work and it is brain wrecking and it is moody and like swingy, and they don't understand that until they see that. But this is what we chose, so we just have to go with the flow and see where it takes us. I think we'll be closing on YouTube. If they have some more questions, maybe they can ask them now. If you have something that you wanted to share with us or tell us, like maybe an inspirational quote or something of yours, or you're just everything that you want to say, you can do it now.
So I think the last thing that I would say is, I grew up basically in a household with 2 older brothers in the south of Louisiana, which is in the United States, southern state, and we grew up basically in the church. And a lot of the, I guess, faith that I have is from growing up in the church. And one of my favorite scriptures is 2 Timothy 1:7, and it says, the spirit of fear does not come from God, but love and power and self-control does. So a lot of people during this coronavirus are afraid of everything, but I just want to remind people, like, that's not the way that you want to live your life if you're afraid. And so, the things that are meant for you, you have to, go out and get them. Of course, you still have to, be smart, but I just don't want people to be, afraid of tomorrow and their future, because tomorrow is another day. Things will get better, and we just have to stay positive because we're all in it together
and overcome everything. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
We're closing now.
Thank you.
I don't have any voice left.
Thank you. Thank you.
I was so nervous, but you made this really easy for me because you're like great. I think Americans are like that. They're like easygoing and you're always positive. And you said, it will be fun.
Yeah.
I hope it was fun for you as it was for me. I hope whoever was
it definitely was.
Really appreciate you. Thank you so much. We're closing on the internet, but we're gonna talk after someone. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you și vă mulțumesc.
Thank you.
Și în română.
Vă mulțumim că ne-ați urmărit. Da. Sper că v-a plăcut. Sper că ați avut ceva de învățat și că ați văzut și o variantă din afară, din Statele Unite. În principiu, aceleași întrebări, antrenamente, aceleași gânduri de motivație. Nu suntem chiar atât de diferiți până la urmă.
Și lăsați în comentarii dacă sunteți de acord cu genul ăsta de interviuri, adică să mai forțez pe Elena sau nu, să vedem, nu știu, mai mulți de peste hotare cum se antrenează. Dacă e de acord. I-am promis că nu mai forțez. Deci dacă s-a simțit bine, o să mai vedem. Dacă nu, vedem după aia. Da.
Vă mulțumim și vă pupăm.
La revedere!